Good evening, Athena the Witch here, 13. Tonight I'd like to bring you some information on a deck of cards, not like playing cards or a little bit similar to tarot cards, a little bit. It's called the Mediicne Cards, and you can see it here. This is the box it comes in. Now, this is very funny. I have my Mediicne Cards in this packet here. Okay. And the only one missing out of the 52 was my owl card. Okay. Now, strangely enough, I've been looking to purchase another Mediicne card, but I couldn't find it. And I gave up on it. I said, I guess I'm not supposed to have it. And a friend of mine gave me this for a present. Okay. And I was laughing. I said, "You've got to be kidding. Where did you find this?" And she said, "Amazon." I said, "Oh, never thought of doing that." Okay. I said, "Because I am missing one card out of my whole deck. And there are 52 cards in this deck." And she said, "What card were you missing?" And I said, "The owl." So, of course, that's one of my favorite animals, the owl and the cat, So, what I wanted to talk to you about is go over some of these cards so you can see for yourself. But it comes with these 9 cards, okay? And what they're for is if in the deck of 52 cards, you don't find the animal that you like or that you're akin to, then you can find a photo, cut the photo out, and put it in the middle of the circle here, okay? Or if you don't have a photo, write the name of the animal because it will then imprint its vibrations, okay? So there's a game that you can play with this. And what you would do is you would shuffle the cards, okay? Split them up, all right, into 3, regroup them with your left hand, okay? And then draw out 4 cards. One for the north, one for the south, one for the east, one for the west. And what the book says basically is that the card from the east tells you, based on the animal that you choose, what your kinship is with it, okay? And then the card of the north will tell you what you need to do to work with this card that you chose of this animal. And the one of the west will tell you how to overcome your obstacles. And the one of the south will give you more insight. And depending on the animal, okay, it will tell you if the animal, all the animals, just like humans, will have the energy of the masculine and the feminine. And so it's by reading in the book, which I have here, okay, it comes with this book, okay, and you would read then on the card of the animal that you chose. So I figured we go and look into this a little bit. And let's see. We can start with, if I can find it. You can start with the owl, if I can find it, or the coyote, whichever one comes first. And that's what you do. You actually will have to go through this book and look for the animal that the card represents. And it's pretty cute, to find out things about the animal that you probably did not know. Okay. Let's see what are you eating? Hey, little one, what are you eating? I found this morning when I came into my room here that my lovely cat had turned over the tall lamp, okay, knocked down a couple of my statues. Thank God none of them broke. But I don't know what she was up to. She gets that way sometimes. So we're going to talk about the owl, okay? All right. And it says, owl magic, omen, time and space. Does the truth emerge? Silent flight, sacred medicine, bird. And this is card 21 that represents the owl. Deception. Owl medicine is symbolically associated with clairvoyance, astral projection, and magic, both black and white. Some witches will say they don't believe in black and white magic. Okay, magic is magic, but I do understand that I'm a mess here. I do understand that some witches would refer to it as black and white because black magic usually refers to the dark entity that we don't want to go to. Okay, whereas white magic is beneficial and good for all. Okay, I don't dwell in the black magic, it's not my thing. Um, but again, I think magic is magic. I guess if you want to put a name to it, depending on how you use it, it could be one or the other. Okay. So, owl is called night eagle on several medicine wheels used by uh, American Indian teachers traditionally. Okay. Owl sits in the east. Okay. So, when you get your card, if you turn over the east and it's an owl, this is what it says: the place of illumination since time immemorial. Immemorable. I can't even speak anymore. Immemorable. Humanity has been afraid of the night. Some people don't like the night. They feel, there are creatures out there that go woo, woo, like the owl, and they can't see it. And it's dark and scary. The dark and the unseen. Waiting fearfully for the first crack of morning light. Conversely, night is owl's friend. That's when they come alive at night. Okay. Owls hunt its prey at night. Okay. Not only can owls see in the dark, it can also accurately pinpoint and identify any sound. This gives it this gives it a great advantage when seeking food. Owls are the night hunters. Some native people are fearful of owl and calls its feathers deceiver feathers. An owl feather is silent. You cannot hear owls when it flies, but its prey definitely know when it strikes, for its beak and talons are razor sharp. So the beak is very sharp and the talons are very sharp. Owl is oftentimes the medicine of sorcerers and witches. If the owl is your medicine, you will be drawn to magical practices and perhaps explore the dark arts. Like I said, I don't. You should resist any temptation to practice black magic or any art that takes energy away from another person or being. Remember, Wiccans believe that to harm someone, you will reap 3 times that reward. Okay, yourself. All right. If you have owl medicine, these night birds will have a tendency to collect around you. even in the daytime, because they recognize a kinship with you. Okay. It is any wonder that in many cultures, owl is a symbol for wisdom. This is because the owl can see that which others cannot, which is the essence of true wisdom. Where others are deceived, owl sees and knows what there is. Athena, there you go, the Greek goddess of wisdom, had a I'm sorry. I still have my cold. Had a companion, the owl, on her shoulder, which revealed unseen truths to her. The owl had the ability to light up Athena's blind side, enabling her to speak the whole truth as opposed to only a half truth. That's interesting because I'm attracted to the owl, very much so. Excuse me. So that's why I guess that's one of my favorite cards, the owl. So let's see. There's so much more on the owl, but I'm not going to read everything. So the next card they have here is the beaver card. Let's see where that one comes from. And they're laminated, and they actually keep their glow for quite a while. The ones I have, I've used so many times that they don't have that nice glow anymore. But they're not bad. They're still good. Okay, there's the beaver. And I think it's interesting also. You can have fun with your kids, explaining to them what all these, animals mean, and show them pictures. Here you go. All right. Let's see. Buffalo salmon. Okay. Here we go. The beaver. Okay. The card of the beaver. Okay. See that? Beaver. Okay. And they say the beaver is the builder. Beaver is the doer in the animal kingdom. Beaver medicine is akin to water and earth energy and incorporates a strong sense of family and home. If you were to look at the dams that block woodland area streams, you would find several entrances and exits. In building its home, beaver always leaves itself many alternatives to escape. This practice is a lesson to all of us not to paint ourselves into a corner or corners. If we eliminate our alternatives, we dam the flow of experience in our lives. A doer is characterized by industriousness, and beaver knows the limitations, cancels productivity. So if you limit yourself, you cancel your productivity, right? Beaver is armed with very sharp teeth that are capable of felling whole trees. Wow. Imagine what those teeth could do to limbs of a predator. From the rear, beaver is armed with a paddle-like tail that aids in swimming as well as in guarding its behind. This tiny mammal is well equipped to protect its creations. To understand beaver medicine, you might take a look at the power of working and attaining a sense of achievement. In building a dream, teamwork is necessary. To accomplish goals with others involves working with the group mind. Group mind constitutes harmony of its highest order, without individual ego getting in the way. Each partner in the project honors the talent and abilities of the other and knows how to complete the piece of the puzzle that belongs to them. In working well with others, a sense of community is achieved and unity ensured. If beaver has appeared in your spread, It may be time to put your ideas into action or to complete some project that has been different or neglected. The beaver card could also be asking you to settle differences between fellow workers or friends. Beaver tells you to look for alternative solutions to life's challenges. It's interesting, right? The beaver card. Wow. Oh, let's see what else we have here. Oh, it has the opossum. So let's see. The opossum, huh? That's an animal that I don't know too much about. So it might be interesting to find out more. I usually fall with the owl, the rabbit, the coyote, the mountain lion, the snake. Yeah. And it's funny because I'm not crazy about the snake, but as far as medicine goes, my pin for my nursing degree is a caduceus, the snake. Yeah. I don't know. It's not my favorite. So, the opossum, okay? Sometimes you see these poor little guys squished on the road. Yeah. Diversion. Opossum's greatest form of protection is to play dead. In doing this, opossum confuses many of predators into believing that the game is over. Oftentimes, the confused rival walks away or looks the other direction for a moment, and opossum runs to safety. Opossum's medicine uses a great deal of strategy. If all else fails, possum plays dead. It has the ability to fight with its claws and teeth, but it rarely uses this form of protection. Instead, the supreme strategy is diversion. It's constantly employed when things get a little bit too hard to handle. Opossum has developed an act that would receive an Academy Award in the animal kingdom. The musk of the death scent is excreted at will. I guess to fool the prey, huh? Adding to the master plan that sends enemies on many trails of confusion. If opossum has turned up in your card, you are being asked to use strategies in some present situation. Rely upon your instincts for the best way to find a tight corner. If you have so, pretend to be apathetic or unafraid. Do it. Oftentimes, if you refuse to struggle or show that hurtful words bother you, your taunter will see no further fun in the game. Very true. Warriors have used opossum medicine for centuries, playing dead when the enemy nears and outnumbers them. Then in the flesh, when the enemy is at least expecting it, the war cry is heard. The fright of this severs to further confuse the unsuspecting opposition. Victory is sweet when the strategy is one of mental as well as physical prowess. Opossum may be relaying to you that you are to expect the unexpected and be clever in achieving a victory. This could be a victory over bothersome salesman or a noisy neighbor. In essence, opossum is begging you to use your brains to figure a way out. Interesting. Okay. The crow. Let's see what the crow. I like the crow. Actually, I had a neighbor where I lived before, and he had 2 plastic lifelike crows on his front lawn. He said that was to keep the deer away. I don't think so. I was right next to him, and my deer came and they ate my sunflowers. Yep, they love sunflowers. So, in order, if you live in the suburbs and you have a lot of deer around and you have a flower bed, the best thing you can do, and I learned the hard way, is to plant marigolds around your flowers because they won't come. They'll walk around, but they won't come near them. That was somebody told me that, and I tried it, and it works very well, I have to say. Okay, the crow. The crow is number 24. Okay, you can see that? All right. So, the crow law. There is a medicine story that tells of Crow's fascination with her own shadow. She kept looking at it, scratching it, pecking at it, until her shadow woke up and became alive. Then Crow's shadow ate her. Crow is dead. Crow now. Dead Crow is the left-handed guardian. If you look deeply into the crow's eye, you will have found the gateway to the supernatural. Crow knows the unknowable mysteries of creation and is the keeper of all sacred law. Since Crow is the keeper of sacred law, Crow can bend the law of the physical universe and shapeshift. Shapeshift. The ability is rare and unique. Few adapt exit this in today's world, and fewer still have mastered Crow's art of shapeshifting. This art includes doubling or being in two places at one time, consciously taking on another physical form and becoming the fly on the wall to observe what is happening far away. The Europeans that came to Turtle Island were named the boat people by slow turtles. Even with the knowledge of alchemy possessed by certain boat people, none had ever seen the powerful shape-shifting of shamans who utilize crow medicine. Many boat people were frightened by what appeared to be animals coming into their camps or dwellings to discern their medicine. Crow medicine people are masters of illusions. All sacred texts are under the protection of Crow, creators of Book of Law or Book of Seals is bound in crow feather. Crow feathers tell of spirit made flesh. Crow is also the protector of the Ogalish, an ancient record. I guess you could call that the archive, the arcade. I can't even say the word anymore, but the knowledge that encompasses everything, of the world. The sacred law belts or wampum bells, beaded by native women long before the boat people or Europeans came to this continent, contain knowledge of the great spirits, law, and all. So basically, the crow, knows a lot about shape shifting. I'm trying to think of who else does it. Oh, I know. Let me see. There is a deity, the Morgan, who does shape shifting. Okay. She can change her forms whichever way she wants. So that's what reminded me of her when it said shape shifting. Interesting. Let's see what else we have. The squirrel, the common squirrel that goes all over your yard in the morning. Actually, my squirrels, I have to tell my husband, we have a bird feeder outside and right in the back of my office. And I don't see birds going there to feed. What I see is the squirrels going there and eating the bird seed. So I think we have to find another way to keep the squirrels from eating the bird seed because the birds aren't getting it. I don't know how we're going to do that because they can climb and go just about anywhere. So we'll have to think that one over. Okay, let's see. Where is the squirrel? There we go. Here's the squirrel. Alrighty. Squirrel card. Okay, card 26. And it's gathering. Squirrel teaches you to plan ahead for the winter. Okay. When the trees are bare and the nuts have long since disappeared, squirrel medicine can come in many forms. As the furry creature is very diverse in nature, the erratic behavior of squirrel has bested many a forlorn hunter, and in thus stands to reason that there are benefits to being able to circle a branch at lightning speed. No, they are fast. This erratic behavior of the squirrel can also get nerve-wracking if you are dealing with persons who have squirrel medicine. Trying to calm them down enough to accomplish something may drive you nuts. The gathering power of squirrel medicine is a great gift. It teaches you how to gather and store your energy for times of need. It teaches you to reserve something for the future use, whether it be a judgment, an opinion, a savings account, candles, or extra food. To put in a nutshell, squirrel is the Boy Scout of the animal kingdom, always prepared. In today's world of changing times and fortune, it is wise of a person to prepare for the future. Our prophecies have all spoken of the end of the millennium and the changes to come. Squirrel is a friendly medicine to have in light of possible future rainy days. Its message is to be prepared, but not to go nuts with it. Okay. Love yourself enough to gather the goods that will meet your needs in times that are scarce, even if the time never comes. If squirrel has scurried into your card today, it may be that you are being told to honor your future by readying yourself for change. The message could be lightened your load if you have gathered too many things that doesn't serve you anymore. These things can include thoughts, worries, pressures, stress, gadgets that have been broken for years, and understanding the balance involved. So you hang on to things that you really don't need anymore. So it's telling you can get rid of those. But what you need to do is prepare yourself. Like there is a poem in French, and I forgot, it's about the squirrel and the ant, I think. And the ant goes and asks the squirrel to borrow food that the squirrel has put away for the winter months. And the squirrel said, I worked hard, okay, putting away all my food for the winter months, while you did nothing but play around and waste your time. So I'm not giving you any of my stuff. You should have been better prepared. So it goes something like that. I forgot the name of it, but it's a French poem, and it's really cute. So that's what the squirrel is. He tells you he's the gatherer and the one who prepares down the road, okay? So you don't find yourself short and in need. So dragonfly, let's see what the dragonfly says. I'm not familiar with that one too much myself. But I find these cards very interesting, and I love the comparison. I think it's great. It gets you to think about your life and what you're doing, And, I mean, we live in a very busy time. Um, I don't know about you, but I work full time. And when I get home, I have to take care of my dogs and cat and my husband and find time for you guys, okay? Which I love to do, by the way. Okay, this is the dragonfly, okay? Now, the dragonfly here is representing illusion. Dragonfly medicine is one of the dream time and the illusionary facade we accept as physical reality. The iridescence of dragonfly wings reminds us of colors not found in our everyday existence. Dragonflies shifting of colors. Interesting. I didn't know they shifted their colors. Energy, form, and movement explodes into the mind of the observer, bringing vague memories of a time or place where magic reigned. Some legends say that the dragonfly was once a dragon, and that dragon had scales like dragonfly wings. Dragon was full of wisdom and flew through the night, bringing light with its fiery breath. The breath of a dragon brought forth the art of magic and the illusion of changing form. The dragon got caught in its own facade. Coyote trickled dragon into tricked dragon into changing form, and the shape of its new body became like dragonflies. In accepting the challenge to prove its power and magical prowess, dragon lost its power. Dragonfly is the essence of the wind of change, the messages of wisdom and enlightenment, and the communication from the elemental world. The elemental world is made up of tiny spirits or plants. And of the elements, air, earth, fire, and water, in essence, this world is full of nature spirits. If dragonflies have flown into your card today, you may have forgotten to water your plants. I sometimes overwater. That's my problem. On the other level, you may need to give thanks to the food you eat for sustaining your body. On the physical, psychological level, it may be a time to break down the illusions you have held that restrict your actions or ideas. Dragonfly medicine always beckons you to seek out the parts of your habit which you need to change. Have you put on too much weight? Or have you started to look like a scarecrow? Have you tended to the changes you have wanted to make? So the dragonfly has to deal more with illusions and to breaking down those illusions ultimately. The Amarillo. Let's see. Where's the Amarillo? That's another interesting bird. Actually, I had a friend who she moved away down south, but I worked with her, another nurse, and she could make these cakes and designs that were phenomenal. And she did this as a pastime thing, but they were awesome, really awesome. And she made an Amarillo cake for a birthday party. And the detail was amazing, amazing. Some people are very, very gifted in that way. What is wrong with you tonight? What's wrong? You're being very active. Yeah? Are you mad? What's going on? Oh, you want mommy's attention. Is that it? I'll be with you later, okay? I promise, okay? All right? Okay, here you go. Amarillo. So Amarillo deals with boundaries, okay? Amarillo wears its armor on its back. Its medicine, a part of its body. Its boundaries of safety are part of its total being. Amarillo can roll into a ball and never be penetrated by enemies. Ooh, I didn't know that. Interesting. What a gift it is to get your boundaries so that the harmful words of intentions just roll off of you. Your lesson is in letting up what you are willing to experience. If you do not wish to experience feeling invaded, just call on Amarillo medicine. A clue to how to proceed is to make the circle on a piece of paper and see it as a medicine shield. In the body of this shield, write all that you are desiring to have, do, or experience. Include all things that give you joy. This sets up boundaries that allow only these chosen experiences to be part of your life. These boundaries become a shield that words of the things that are undesirable to you. The shield reflects what you are and what you will is to others of an unconscious level. Outside the shield, you may put what you are willing to experience by invitation only. For example, a visit from a long lost relative, or criticism from friends, or people needing handouts. If Amarillo has waddled into the card you chose, it is time to define your space. You may have been too willing to let your home become a bus station. Setting boundaries. You may find that you cannot say no, even when you know you will have to cancel plans to be obliging. This routine can get old in a hurry. Taking on more than you can by not knowing how to say no. And I know sometimes it's difficult to have to say no, because if you're that type of person who always wants to help another, and it's beautiful to want to help other people, but sometimes you're overwhelmed with what is going on in your life to begin with. And you need to say, I'm sorry, but at this time, I'm not able to be of help. Catch me at another time. Right now, I have a lot on my plate. So, if you put it in those words, people understand, instead of saying, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't have time for that. No, be kind, be nice. Doesn't cost anything. Okay. And explain that right now it's just not possible for you to be of service to anyone else because you are dealing with your own issues. Okay. It may be time to ask yourself the following questions. Am I honoring the time I need for my personal enjoyment? Do others treat me like a doormat? Sometimes people do. When you are too accommodating, they go, oh, Angie can do this. Oh, yeah, she says yes to everything. That's a problem right there. So it gets hard when that's how you've been known now to actually say, I got to stop this. Okay. Because it's going too far. So you got to set your boundaries. Why do I always get upset when I'm taken granted? Because you allowed it. You gave away your power. Okay. You didn't think of yourself before answering and said, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Then after you said that, all of a sudden you're like, oh, but I got this and I got that going on, and how I'm going to figure out how to put this in between all that. And then you get upset with yourself and angry. What for? Set your boundaries. That's all you need to do. Set your boundaries. I know it's hard when you've always said yes for everything. Okay. The next one, the badger. I don't know too much about the badger. Let's see. And people will take advantage of you. And that's human nature. They just do when you allow them to. And you become a doormat, like it said, you know. And then when you say no, some people don't know how to deal with that because you've always said yes. So you got to learn. The badger. Okay, number 29. Okay, so the badger represents aggressiveness. Badger is vicious and attacks with powerful aggression. Badger is quick to anger and quicker to pounce. The power of badger's medicine is aggressiveness and the willingness to fight for what it wants. The very thought of facing badger makes other animals run for cover. Like skunk, badger's reputation precedes it. Its hissing fangs will tear less aggressive opponents to shreds. Oh wow. That is aggressive. Badger is the medicine of many powerful medicine women. For Badger is also the keeper of the medicine roots. Badger sees all the roots of Mother Earth's healing and herbs hanging in its burrow home. Those roots are a key to aggressive healing. Roots can ground negative energy into the earth by allowing illness to pass through a body into the ground as neutral energy. Badger medicine people are quick to act in a crisis and they do not panic. Okay, because they have this knowledge, they have this understanding, and they know how to use it. If Badger is part of your medicine card, you are quick to express your feelings. You do not care what the consequences are. Badger people oftentimes insist on carrying the ball for the touchdown. The ball for the touchdown. Okay, this attitude, however, does not endear them to their teammates, meaning they want to take charge of everything and they're not too good at sharing. Okay, and so their teammates are crazy about them. Badger medicine may also point to the aggressive healer who will have the courage to use unconventional means to extract a cure. Now, when I was a baby, I wasn't supposed to be alive. But my mother's doctor was able to get medication that was not yet approved by the FDA as long as my mother signed that she agreed about any of the outcomes. And that's what saved me, okay? Because I was premature. They called me a blue child because I didn't get enough oxygen. You could see my bones, the skin on my body was so thin. And my mother wouldn't take me from the hospital even after I was in the incubator for 3 months. My grandmother had to take care of me afterwards because my mother was afraid I was going to fall to pieces. Yeah, back in the day, you know. So, yeah. So the badger, okay, like the mother who sits for days nursing a child with high fever, Badger is willing to persist. Badger people can be vicious gossipers or may exhibit a chip on their shoulder syndrome if they are out of balance. You can be sure that people with Badger medicine will be aggressive enough to make it to the top of their chosen field. Sometimes they step on other people to get there because they do not give up. Okay. They are also the finest healers because of that. Okay. What are you complaining about tonight? I never seen you like that. What's going on? I will play with you later, I promise. Okay. Let's see, the next one is a rabbit. I have a little rabbit, dwarf rabbit, that sits on my front lawn in the morning when I'm ready to pull out. And even the noise of the car door opening and me putting on the engine doesn't scare her at all. She just sits there. So I'm like, cool. Until my dogs come to the window and start barking like crazy. Then she's like, oh, the heck with this. And she leaves. But other than that, every morning she's out there. Cute little thing. Of course, my instinct would be to bring her in here, but not with the cat and the dogs. She wouldn't make it, the poor thing. But and I leave stuff outside for her. So, and when it gets cold, I'll make a little house for her in the backyard, so she can go and hide and be warm. Okay, rabbit. Okay, the rabbit, number 30. Fear. Now, I never equated the rabbit with fear. Let's see what it says. A long time ago, no one really knows how long ago, Rabbit was a brave and fearless warrior. Rabbit was befriended by Eye Walker, a witch. The witch and Rabbit spent much time together sharing and talking. The two were very close. One day, Eye Walker and the rabbit were walking along and they sat down on the trail to rest. Rabbit said, I'm thirsty. Eye Walker picked up a leaf, blew on it, and then handed Rabbit a gourd of water. Rabbit drank the water but didn't say anything. Then Rabbit said, I'm hungry. Eye Walker picked up a stone and blew on it and changed it into a turnip. She gave the turnip to Rabbit to eat. Rabbit tasted it and then ate the turnip with relish, but still Rabbit didn't say anything. The two continued along the trail, which led into the mountains. Near the top, Rabbit ripped and fell and rolled almost to the bottom. He tripped and fell. Okay. Rabbit was in very sad condition when Eye Walker got to him. She used a magic salve on Rabbit to heal his great pain and mend his broken bones. Rabbit didn't say anything. Several days later, Eye Walker went searching for her friend. She searched high and low, but Rabbit was nowhere to be found. Finally, Eye Walker gave up. She meant Rabbit quit by accident one day. Rabbit, why are you hiding and avoiding me? The witch asked. Because I am afraid of you. I am afraid of magic, answered the rabbit, cowering. Leave me alone. I see, said Eye Walker. I have used my magical powers on your behalf, and now you turn on me and refuse my friendship. I want nothing more to do with you or your powers, Rabbit countered. Rabbit did not even see the tears his words were bringing to Eye Walker. I hope we never meet and that I never see you again, Rabbit continued. Rabbit, Eye Walker said, we once were great friends and companions, but no more. It is within my power to destroy you, but because of the past and the medicine we have shared together, I will not do this. But from this day forward, I lay a curse on you and your tribe. From now on, you will call your fears, and your fears will come to you. Be on your way, for the sweet medicines that bounded us together as friends are now broken. Now, Rabbit is the fear caller. He goes out and shouts, Eagle, I am afraid of you. If Eagle doesn't hear him, Rabbit calls louder, Eagle, stay away from me. Eagle doesn't hear him. Rabbit calls louder, Eagle, stay away from me. Eagle, now hearing Rabbit, comes and eats him. Rabbit calls bobcats, wolves, coyotes, and even snakes until they come. As this story shows, rabbit medicine people are so afraid of tragedy, illness, disaster, and being taken that they call those very fears to them to teach them lessons. The key note here is what you resist will persist. What you fear most is what you will become. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow. Okay. The turkey. Let's see what the turkey is. I think we'll do some cards today and then some tomorrow. Okay. And if you like it, we'll continue. If you don't, let me know. I think all of this is very, very knowledgeable and enlightening. Again, it has to do with nature, animals. And that's what we witches are all about, right? So, let's see. We got to get the turkey here. And that's our national bird, the turkey. And it's the most stupidest bird I ever met. I mean, it literally will run and put its head through the fence and get stuck there. Yeah. Not very, very intelligent. But let's see what it says. Interesting. Here we go. Turkey, number 31. Turkey actually thought to be the giveaway eagle or south eagle of many native people. The philosophy of giveaway was practiced by many tribes. Simply asked, it is the deep and abiding recognition of the sacrifices of both self and others. People in modern day society who have many times more than they need should study the noble turkey who sacrifices itself so that many may live. In turkey's death, we have our life. Honor turkey. Spectators unfamiliar with the cultural phenomenon of the potlatch or giveaway ceremony are often mystified by it. A tribal member may gladly give away all he or she owns and do without it in order to help the people. In present day urban life, we are taught to acquire and get ahead. The person with the most toys wins the game. In some cultures, no one can win the game unless the whole of the people's needs are met. A person who claims more than he or she shares is looked upon as selfish or crazy or both. The poor, the aged, the feeble have honor. The person who gives away the most and carries the burdens of the people is one of the most respected. Turkey was the medicine of many saints and mystics. Didn't know that. Celebrate if you have turkey medicine. Your virtues are many. You have transcended yourself. You act and react on the behalf of others. You acquire and aspire to help those who need help. This is not out of some sense of self-righteousness, moralism, or religious guilt. Help and substance are given by turkey out of the realization that all life is sacred. It is knowing that the Great Spirit resides within others. You do yourself. Turkey medicine rests in true ego and enlightenment, doing unto others and feeding the people. So it's a giving bird, so to speak. Then again, in Thanksgiving, what do we eat? A turkey, okay? Throughout the land, it's a turkey. So I didn't know that. It's very interesting, I must say. Okay, we'll do one more, the ant, and we'll continue tomorrow with some more. There's just so many nice things. Okay, we got the ant here. the ant, number 32. If you ever watched an ant, I have, they are workers. Oh my goodness. And they have such patience, I may say. And these little tiny bodies are picking up branches and trying to make a nest for themselves. It's unbelievable. Ant can carry a leaf over hundreds of miles just to get back to the anthill. See? Ants in Africa will strip a forest bare when food is scarce. If it takes them a year, ants medicine, where was I now? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll strip a forest bare for food. If it takes them a year, ants medicine is the strategy of patience. Ant is a builder like beaver, is aggressive like badger, has stamina like the elk, scrutiny like mouse, and giveaway like the turkey. Oh, wow. Every ant in an ant hill is part of the ant group mind. As all the ants work for Queen Ant and its hive, self-sacrifice is part of the ant medicine. Greater than ants' other medicine, however, is patience. Ant people are active, community-minded folks who see the greater future needs of their own town. Ant people are planners like squirrels and are content to see their dream being built in a little at a time. In today's society, this is a rare quality. In the desert, one type of ant will burrow a conical hole with its apex at the bottom. The ant will cover itself partly, wait for some unsuspecting insect to fall in. As the sand crumbles, the prey eventually falls to the bottom, only to find ants' open jaw. Patience has its rewards. Ant people have a knowing about the sweet victory at the end of the line. There is never a concern about going without. If they are late for opening of a sale, if what they want is sold out, they are sure that something equal or better will be available. If you have ant medicine, you eat slowly and deliberately are content in knowing that what is yours will come to you. This knowing is good medicine. It shows a trust in the universe to provide. So we'll stop at this, at the ant, and I'll continue tomorrow. Let me know if you liked it. Please subscribe and hit that bell. And let me know of anything else that you want me to present to you. I hope this was interesting. I enjoyed it. So I bid you farewell. Have a great evening. And tomorrow, brightest blessing. Bye-bye.